Ooh, it looks like we have a traitor. Who could it be?
David, what are you doing up there?
What am I doing up here? I'm in the wrong spot.
That's suspicious.
It's very suspicious.
That's weird. I tried to upload that GIF into StreamYard, and it wouldn't let me because it was too big. And I tried 4 different times, and I'm really upset about it.
That's a shame.
Well, since you're there, David.
Since I'm up here, I'm just going to roll with it. Okay, let's do this. Welcome to the Cup TV, the currently unnamed podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. Mm-hmm. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst.
Yay!
I must say something. No.
Oh,
okay.
No.
No. I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I had to do it, guys. I brought out my Fierce Delicious shirt. I can't even say her name. She's just fierce now, though, right?
She is just fierce. They're just calling her fierce. Are you going to wear that for every episode?
You know, I might.
I don't blame you, honestly.
And then when Drag Race Canada starts, I'll just keep wearing it.
Sure.
But I am drinking water today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello, and hello. I am Lana, your resident Evo Diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I too, David, is drinking water. Because water is important, hydration is important. But I'm not drinking it out of my cup mug. I'm just using it as my cup mug holder for today.
Oh, she forgot to get her cup mug.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Well,
you've been banished.
Scampering away.
As she scampers, I'll let you know where you can get your cup mug.
Mine's in my dishwasher.
What? It's dishwasher safe, period. So you want to get one, and you can get it at lanagscreations.etsy.com, and the link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally, so there are no excuses. I mean, I guess I'm looking at you, Canada, although I don't think you're very international to me, but we ship to you too, period. And I know for a fact because somebody in Canada has one. So get you one.
I really now, every time we bring up, now that Fierce is on Traitors Canada, every time you say we do ship internationally, I just want to say internationally because it's a Fierce reference, Lana. I'll send it to you. Anyway, hi. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I decided to take the night off of hosting duties. I was like, I'm not usually in the bottom row. I'm like, we're gonna stay true to my brand, and really do that this evening. But I'm drinking water because hydration is obviously very important. I'm not doing it in my cup mug because it's dirty and I really need to wash it. That's all.
Hi, I'm Chaos Bottom number 2, Esme. And as you can tell, my cup mug isn't here currently, so I'm not drinking anything. And it's not because I forgot it. I'm just showing how dishwasher safe it really, truly is, Lana, Logan, and David. I was just testing out its immaculate features. Thank you. And I'm excited to talk with the traders.
We appreciate it.
Period.
Yes. So let's get into it. We're going to watch the Traitors throughout the season and talk about it. But if you're watching, you should keep up with us throughout the season because we're going to be covering it. So please be sure to subscribe, click the links below, click the bell so you have a little notification when we put out the episodes. And you can also go to the Cup Pod and follow us over there as well. And if you like drag queens like Fierce Delicious, we talk about all of them there. Literally all of them, pretty much.
All of them.
All of them.
And now drag kings very soon. And
yes.
other non-binary drag monsters.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
But I'm excited to get into this. So this is going to be my 6th different season of the Traitors that I've watched. I've watched the American, UK, to Australia, and New Zealand. But Canada's off to a good start. What are you all thinking?
This is my second Traitors. I haven't gotten to Australia yet. I haven't gotten to UK yet. I know they're both really good, and I'm just honestly saving them for a time where I honestly have more time to just devote
Right.
to watching TV that we don't cover on the channel. But I did love the US version of it for many obvious reasons, and I'm so excited. Well, the casting. That's the obvious reason. But I'm very excited for this casting. I'm very excited for this season. I think this premiere was really strong. I wish we got to know more people. There are a lot of people I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I'm excited to learn who you are. But yeah, overall, I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first Trader season, so I'm excited to see this. I'm a Trader's virgin. So with this, I didn't go in expecting much. I kind of knew baseline how the show worked, how the structure of the show works, similar to like other shows I haven't seen or hadn't really watched, like The Amazing Race or Survivor. I knew how those structures worked. So this was fun. Yes, it's sad that we didn't get to meet all 20 of them, but I'm also understanding because it was such a shorter episode. I wish the episode was maybe just a little bit longer so we could have gone to meet everybody. But when you have 20 people in that much time, it's hard to give everybody the same amount of time, especially when you need to start forwarding storylines. So I'm excited to hopefully meet some of these people that really didn't get a chance to in these upcoming episodes.
Yeah. Watching this episode was like, okay, good. Because I watched the first season, well, Traitors in the US. That was my first Traitors to watch. And I enjoyed that one very much. So I knew I was probably going to enjoy this one. I enjoy the format. I knew we weren't going to meet everybody. And hopefully and I know we'll probably end up losing some people who we don't really know a lot about early. But I'm like, it's fine. I don't need to know all 20 people. It's fine. Apparently they didn't do much to make a storyline in the first place, so it's fine. But I can't wait to go on throughout the rest of the season and do get to meet those who are going to be here for a while, who we get to know their story and their backstory, and how they interact with these reality stars who have been on TV, who played some of these games like this, who have not played some of these games but are still been on reality TV before. So it's kind of interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited about this, and this episode did not disappoint me at all.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Well, so let's get into the episode. We start out, everybody's in their vans heading towards the mansion, as we always see in the Traitor season. But we see that certain people are being recognized. And if I was there, I would recognize 4 of them. The other 4, like reality celebrities, I would not have recognized. But of course, I think all of us know Erica from Survivor. I think we all know Kuzi and Kevin from Big Brother Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us know Fierce. Lana doesn't really know Fierce yet. But did you all recognize any other celebrities? I know somebody from The Amazing Race, somebody from Top Chef Canada,
MasterChef.
MasterChef.
I have the cast if we'd like the graphic as well,
Sure.
David.
Yes.
Great. Because I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna need it up the whole time because I'm not gonna remember.
Pretty much. And I think we fit well here, so we can literally
I was
just
gonna say
keep it
it's
up
kind of
the
a
whole
perfect
time.
fit. I was expecting it. I would like to know what farming for love is. I
Yeah.
have an assumption, but I'm like, farming for love. Okay.
If it is like the show that they have here, farmers looking for a wife or farmer looking for marriage, is probably a dating show of farmers who was looking for love. Somebody who owns a farm or works on a farm, and they are looking for love. It's like the Bachelor format, but on a farm. It's all the dating shows just on a farm.
Yeah.
So that will be what I presume it is, because it was a show in the U.S., a farmer's show. I can't remember the exact name, but it was like a very hot farmer cowboy kind of guy working on the farm, and we got all these those shots where he's picking up bales of hay and lifting on his shoulders, and he ain't have no shirt on for some reason, and he's got all the muscles, and he's rippling, and he takes off his hat, and he's like, and he, and then he's walking around, and he's mounting the horse, and everybody's like, oh my God, it's. So I'm thinking that's probably Farmers for Love.
Yeah. Also, I didn't know John Cena was on this season. Oh wait, it's just Leroy.
Wait, I don't remember him from the Brigade.
I don't either, but I'm like, this man is John Cena.
No, I actually have no idea what the Brigade is.
It's John Cena, the dad from the Fred movie.
Absolutely.
He also kind of looks like Macklemore.
Not the dad from the movie.
The dad.
My wrestling heart is dying right now.
Oh no.
I did that, Jessica.
I think you just broke me. You just broke me. John Cena is just known as the dad from the. Okay, not the greatest wrestler of all time, which he is. But anyway, we move.
Yep. I will say one of the people that stood out to me immediately was whoever this is right here. This is not the best picture of him, but Mr. Mickey is pretty much like my ideal type. But yeah, so we see everybody gather at the mansion. Kevin and Fierce are holding hands, and I thought that was so adorable.
I loved it.
Kevin,
Immediately, I'm
you're
like,
single
yes.
now. I'm gonna ship you and Fierce.
He wasn't single at the time.
Well,
stop it. We move.
But yes,
no,
I'm not speculating.
We will not.
Anyways, let's talk about the cast.
Well, let's talk about first. They gather at the mansion, and we meet the host. And I'm loving her already. Her name is Karine Vanasse,
I think.
Vanasse. Karine Vanasse. And I'm really liking her. It's nice to have a woman as a host. The only other woman host we have is from the UK, and she's lovely. So I actually think I'm liking Karine more than a few of the hosts so far. She's just, I don't know. She's just giving me all the vibes I need.
I like that we have a French Canadian host. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
I like her vibe. She's giving us the menacing, like, lady of the manor, which I love, but she's not like trying to act like some of the other hosts. You know what I mean? She's not. She puts her own little spin on. I liked it. I mean, I love me some Alan Cummings. I thought I love Alan Cummings, but I think I kind of would like her too. I'm feeling her vibe so far. She's giving me what I need to get from her. She's giving.
And
she's
Roger,
an actress, like.
Yeah, Roger's also an actor.
Who?
Yeah.
Roger from Australia. He's the host. He's my sister's favorite. He's very good. I liked him in the first season, but I really liked him in the second season. So hopefully you all can get a chance to meet him at some point. But yes, the whole group gathers. They're told what the concept of the show is, obviously, and they go in. They start to mingle. They make first impressions. So I'm trying to think of any first. Donna was somebody who stood out right
everyone's
away.
Everyone's like, who is this Donna?
I think she's the third psychic to be on a Traitors series.
Oh, really?
Yes. And they don't do well. In fact, one of them quit.
Oh, good.
Yes, she did a dramatic, like, I'm just going to say, these people I think are the traitors. And with that, I'm leaving. She was wrong.
Okay, bye.
She was wrong. Confident and wrong.
Strong and wrong, baby. My favorite type of person in a reality competition show. Strong and wrong.
Right. And the psychics don't have great track records of picking out the traitors. So my hopes are not high for Donna.
Well, good luck, Donna.
Did anybody else stand out to you all during this meeting of the people?
There's people here who I'm like, I don't think I saw your face this whole stuff.
Right. I'm like, I don't even remember seeing some of these people. But I think I saw everybody. I think we saw little pieces of everybody. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if you want to do this because I want to talk about the few people that did stand out to me as an overall cast. Maybe not in the meet and greet, but
Yeah.
overall, I feel like, of course, the reality people that I know, they're gonna always be the ones that stand out the most because I know them. But for the newbies, Crystal, Mike, what's her name? Mary,
Mhm.
and Rick. Those are the ones that stood out to me the most because they gave story. They were talking amongst everybody like they were in conversations all over the place, and it was like it was like they like Crystal wasn't like in everybody's face, but she was always there. Like every shot they had, she was in the background and she was talking and then she'd be in the background. I enjoy that. I enjoy people who make themselves and put themselves in places so they can hear things. Even if they're not the center of the conversation, they're just observing. Mine was somebody else just sitting back and observing. And I was like, them the dangerous ones right there. Them the ones you got to watch for, because that'll be me. I ain't got to say much, but I'm gonna just sit there and listen. You forget I'm there, but I'm just gonna sit there and listen.
Another person that stood out to me in not the best way was Trayvon. But we can get into that.
Yeah,
that's later.
Well, we did get introduced to Trayvon early on, and they were talking about how they have one job, I think, in public relations.
They're a PR specialist. They're a
That's
PR
right.
specialist, but they're pretending to be a server.
Right, they're pretending to be a server. So I'm like, okay,
not the best job to pretend to be either, because to be a good server, you have to have people skills.
True.
So, like, I would have picked like something else.
Yeah, and what stood out to me right away is we kept hearing, like in confessionals, and even when they were doing the one-on-ones with the host, all of them just sound so ready to lie and do whatever it takes. And that's so refreshing because so many of these franchises, especially I'm looking at UK season 1, they're so self-righteous and so like high on their morality. And it's like, ugh. So I'm just excited to have people that are ready to be traitors, because most people just I don't think they want to in other franchises. I would want to be a traitor.
I would want to be. If I don't be a traitor, I don't even want to play. I don't want to play if I can't be a traitor.
You'll be like, vote me out. If you're a traitor, please kill me tonight.
Right. Like, I'm not a traitor. Kill me tonight. I want to go home. What's the point? Because faithfuls, I ain't gonna say they don't ever win, but it's harder for the win to be a faithful than it is for a traitor. I'd rather be a traitor and get to kill people, and I know I'm gonna be there unless they vote me out. And who's gonna think I'm a traitor? Nobody.
Me.
You would never.
I would.
And we also hear from Kevin.
When I kill you, then you can be your assumptions to be right, because I'll kill you first. Anyway.
Yep. So Kevin tells us his strategy right away. He sees that reality TV people are kind of outnumbered. I mean, there's 8 reality TV people, but there's still 10 total that are like known people. Because I think Rick and Leroy are not reality TV, but still famous. But Kevin realizes they're outnumbered, so he wants to work with reality TV people and knock out the normal people. So I'm like, yes, as long as you're keeping all my girls safe, I'm down for that.
I was gonna say he immediately pulled Erica and Kuzi, and I said, okay, yes, that's fine. And he had Fierce on his arm when he walked in. I said, that's fine with me.
Right. But then we go to the moment we've all been waiting for. And I'm curious if any of you all, before the round table where the traitors are chosen, did any of you all pick people that you thought would be chosen as traitors?
Kuzi.
I was like, before the show started, I'm like, it has to be Kuzi. Kevin's too obvious. So Kuzi for sure.
I feel like Kevin's too obvious. I feel like Fierce is too obvious. And I'm like, if they're gonna pick one of the, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say this, one of the more well-known reality stars, I felt like it was gonna be I feel like it was going to be someone from Big Brother Canada, and Kuzi makes a lot more sense to me than Kevin does, for the obvious reasons that even Kevin brought up. It's like, I'm going to have a target going in. If I'm a traitor, that's an even bigger target. Like, so I think it's probably the best for Kevin's game that he's not a traitor, because I just think if he was, it would have made his game just substantially more difficult. But he's also the kind of player that I think could play around that and still be successful.
Yep. I actually made predictions. I had 3 people in mind, and I got 2 of them right. I did have Kuzi, and then based on his confessional talking about how he compares to Kevin, I did think Mike was a strong candidate.
Yeah.
But then my third, which was not right, I actually thought that Mai had a good chance of being a traitor.
I didn't think they were going to do 2 reality people. I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be 2 normal people and a reality person. Just because I feel like with them being outnumbered, if it was even 50-50, I think I could have seen it. But yeah. Is there anyone we would have liked to see as a traitor?
I think I would have liked to see Maya as a traitor, to be honest. I think. Or Fierce. I think those are the 2. I don't know enough about the people who I don't know enough about. Like, I don't know enough about people who aren't really known for reality shows or outside of it, because a lot of them weren't shown as much, so it's harder to see. Like, I would want this person to be a traitor.
I would have wanted. I'm sorry, go ahead, David.
Oh, you're fine. I was just going to quickly say I would have liked to see somebody under the queer umbrella be picked as a traitor, because I'm pretty sure of the 6 seasons, nobody queer has been chosen up front to be a traitor. I mean, I've seen at least one recruited, but I want to see it right off the bat.
Well, we don't know enough about these other people yet.
That's true.
I mean, I would have wanted to see. I don't know if I'm going to say his name right, but
Gurpiar?
Yes, because I want to know more about him. Number one, but I would have loved to see him be a traitor, because I feel like he's one of those people who's like, oh, it's just so good. You know, I don't want to lie to people. I don't want to be deceitful. But then if you're made to be a traitor, how would you handle that? I want to see somebody who was in that interview was like, I don't know if I could lie to people. And then they make them a traitor just to see if they fold or if they actually can just play the game.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see somebody like that. But I think him or Gerline.
Sure.
I love her name, by the way.
Me too.
Gerline.
That's interesting.
Come on, Gerline. I'm really liking Melissa A. And I maybe wish they would have swapped Melissa's. Because I think her energy is going to be very good for the faithful, but I think I would have liked her to see her be a traitor. Again, I don't know much about these people yet, so who knows?
Who knows? So we go to the round table. Everybody puts on their blindfolds, and Karine starts doing her walk around. And I will say, of the 6 seasons I've seen, I don't think I've seen it prolonged this much. It took forever for her to touch the first
7 rounds.
And the whole time, like every time they kept cutting to a person talking about wanting to be a traitor, I'm like, okay, this is the person. It's finally going to happen. And then she would walk right past them.
Oh, I thought Alan did the same thing first on Traitors and
he
US
did,
Traitors.
but I don't think he did it that
long. No, I think he walked around that table like 6-7 times, and I was like,
Maybe.
Jesus, if you just don't pick somebody already. He was just like,
right,
just walking and stopping. But see what she did that I love. She's walking, and she stopped, and she looked, and then she take a step back, and she looked, and then she keep on walking. I'm like, girl, you killing me. You are killing me. And you know,
she had to make it a performance.
And you know, she got the heels on, so they hit it click, click,
click,
click, click, click, click, click, click, click. I was just like, oh my God. I would just be dying inside of him. I'm sitting there with my blindfold on, and I'm just like, please touch me. And you hear it behind you, you're like, and then she keep on going, you're like, oh. And then she come back, and then she go again, and then she come back, and she go.
And
I would.
She come back and she stop.
Right, and
then
then she's back. I would be dying. Like I don't know if my heart and the way I'm so antsy would be able to take that. I'd be like,
Lana, first person medevac from the Traitors for
I feel
waiting.
like I'm about to faint. Oh, I can't. But yeah.
you
I
fake
can't
backwards and
handle
fall on her
this.
so you become a traitor.
Oh my god. Could you imagine if someone just like accidentally moved and bumped and was like, oh my god, I'm a traitor! Oh my god! Ooh.
That's
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
that is
Getting time to go,
crazy.
yes!
Literally!
Look, see, that'll be what I'm scared of the most. And I'll be like, I'll give myself away, be like, oh.
Literally, I'd be like,
I want to
well,
see
Melissa did kind of give herself away, but
Well,
yeah, we'll get into that. I want to see just one season where, like, as soon as the host starts walking, they just tap the first person right by them.
right.
No waiting at all, just tap.
They have the first three. They go,
Speaking of tapping, we get our first tap, and it is Melissa B, or Mel B, as some of them call her. And immediately, I'm like, oh, she seems so neutral. I don't think anybody's going to clock her.
Well, Julia.
Oh,
well,
well.
Julie, boy, were we wrong.
Well, Kareen.
huh.
Any initial thoughts on Mel B being tapped? We don't know much about her yet.
We don't know much about her yet.
I wasn't excited for her to get tapped. I was like,
Me neither.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
All
Good luck,
right.
girl.
All right. He was like, good luck. That's it.
Mhm. And then we keep walking around, and then the moment we all expected happens. Kuzi is the second one tapped.
Yay!
Yay.
Period.
And at
I'm
this
excited
point,
to
I'm
see
like,
who's-
is there any chance we can get an all-woman
Woman.
Traitors
I
That's
group?
what I said.
loved it.
That is what I
Same.
said too, David. I was like, are we gonna get all women? That would be sickening and great, and I would love it. But then I was like, but then that'd be too much like right. So
Yeah, I think almost always it's more men than women picked as traitors initially.
Yes.
So this is refreshing, at least. I can't complain.
Yes.
And then we get back to the walking around, and finally we get our last traitor. It is Mike. You're it. Thoughts on that?
I think it's too obvious of a pick.
Oh, yeah?
I think he's going to be someone that stands out in everybody's mind because he's being very open about the fact that he's a magician. And so I think he's someone that's going to stand out in people's minds, and people are going to pay attention to what he's doing. And if he isn't careful with what he's doing, I think he might show his cards a little too soon.
Show his cards because he's a
Yes.
magician.
Yes, I thank you, because I was hoping someone would catch that. Thank you.
I actually disagree for the slightest reason, because I think people might think of him, oh, he's a funny, good little children's magician. Like he does birthday parties and he does little hand sleight the hand tricks and
They don't
pull
know
a
he did
rabbit out of a
Circle
hat
CA.
kind of thing. Right. They won't think he's serious. But if you don't really know what magicians actually do, like you think of card tricks and sleight of hands and
No, if I was in this, I would not think that he did stuff for the CIA.
Right. You would never think he does stuff for the CIA to treat people. I would be like, oh, he's a performer. That's good. I will be leery about like, oh, he's a performer. He could perform his way. Maybe if he's a traitor, he can, make people believe that he is not. But I wouldn't be like, oh, this guy. Let me keep an eye on the magician. No, I wouldn't be looking at the magician. I'll be looking at the poker player before I'm looking at the magician. I'll be looking at the whatever the person.
I'm gonna be looking at Kuzi before
I'll be looking at Kuzi
magician.
before I'm looking at the
Sure,
magician.
sure.
I'm gonna be looking at Erica before I'm looking at the magician. You know what I'm saying? These people who played these strategy games, I'm looking at them before I'm looking at the magician. So I think he's a good choice, and he's like he could be like the dad. Everybody trusts him. Everybody likes Mike. Mike's cool. Mike's a nice guy. He's very unsuspecting,
Unassuming. He's just
unassuming, very unsuspecting. Nobody's really gonna be looking at him like, oh, he's the one. So I think he might be all right. Even when, well, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I think he might be a little more unassuming than we think.
I agree, especially once we hear stuff later in the episode.
Right.
But let's get into the part where they take off the blindfolds. It's almost immediately after they're done, like taking off the blindfolds, that one name gets mentioned by a lot of people, and that's Donna. Donna, our psychic, is on a lot of people's radar, and I don't know why. If she is a psychic, they're not gonna make her a traitor. They want her to be somebody there making predictions on who the traitor is. I think it would be more unexpected if they ever did make one a traitor, but I don't think it's ever going to happen.
But Donna didn't do herself no favors in this episode either. As soon as the blindfolds came off, she the first one talking. Like, girl, what? Shut up. And she's like, well, I'm not a traitor. I'm like, that's something a traitor would say. Like, duh, of course.
That's suspicious.
that's weird.
That's weird.
The first thing you say is when the blindfolds come off, I'm not a traitor. How about you? Like, girl, that sounds very traitor-like. So she didn't do herself no favors this episd, and then later on start crying about it because everybody suspects you. Girl, no, you did that to yourself. You did that to yourself. Sit up there and other people. Melissa, oh my God, so dang obvious. What are you crying for? Why are you? I mean, and I have problems with my vision. And so if you put a blindfold on me, yeah, my eyes are going to water after a while. And maybe that's the thing that happened. But if I'm trying not to people to think I'm the traitor, guess what? My eyes is going to be watering. I'm not wiping nothing. I'm just sit there. And then once everybody like ready to turn their head, then I'm like, oh, child.
They'd be like, Lana, why are tears streaming down your face and you're not reacting?
Why are you crying, girl?
I'm like, allergies, y'all. Y'all don't smell that pollen out in the air?
You're like, sorry, I'm allergic to the cotton fabric they put.
I'm about to say that fabric is messing with my eyes. But then I'll just pull out. Like, I'm legally blind, everybody. So my vision, my eyes are a little sensitive. So yeah, people will believe that. Because really, who wouldn't believe the girl with the blue eye? Who wouldn't believe the girl with the blue eye saying that they can't see?
Exactly.
But yes, Melissa.
Yes. So we see people group off, and then Kuzi gives advice to a group of people she's talking to. She's like, don't put out anybody's names. Like, it's a mistake. Do not put anybody's names out there. And Mai's like,
she's like, because you don't know who you talking to.
Right. Mai vows that she's not going to say anybody's name the whole season, which is a little extreme. You're going to have to say somebody's name eventually. But
I love that Kuzi did that. Because it made people trust her more. Like, oh, well, Kuzi's giving information.
True, but
she's
also,
helping.
Doesn't she want that information?
I mean, they're going to tell her because they trust her. You don't tell everybody. That's what her advice was. Don't just run around telling everybody names.
Right, because you don't know who you're talking to.
You don't know who you're talking to. But if you feel like I can trust these people, you come to me.
But you can come to me about who you think the traitors
and who you think the traitors are. And I'll talk to you who I think the traitors are. And we'll compare notes, girl. Yeah, I think people like Kuzi, Kevin, and Erica being from strategy game shows, they have to build that kind of trust with people. It's probably going to be easier, I think, for Erica and maybe Kuzi than Kevin. Kevin is going to have a hard, because not only are you from a winner of a strategy game show, but then on top of that, you're a poker player. Like, that's what you do. And it's like, you just lie. That's what you do. You have to hide.
All you do is lie.
You have to hide your whole. I got 4 aces in my hand right now. Supposed to hold it. That's his job, is to hold all that in. And so he gonna have the highest mountain to climb, but I feel like he could be the one to do it though. And that just. I'm very intrigued. I really want him to go far in this game because I want to watch how he masterfully can get through. Could you imagine if he was on this cast and the other Kevin Jacobs was on this cast as well? Could you imagine
God.
how
I would love that.
I
You're
would
muted, Logan.
I would eat that up. I would love every second of that.
And then we had an alliance between Kevin, Melissa, and Melissa. I would love that. Quite honestly, I would love that. I think the Kevin and Melissa
The Melvin
alliance. The Melvin
Melvin
alliance,
alliance.
I think, is incredible. And then you add in Melvin from
Oh God, no! Stop.
no.
No,
He's not
no.
Canadian. It's fine. We can't add him.
I'm gonna
It's
say we
fine.
move. Well, yeah, I thought. I thought that was great. But
Yeah. So then we see like people throwing out some names. First, we get Mike throwing out Kevin. I'm like, shut up, Mike. Shut up, Mike. We'll get into Mike and my issues with him. He started here and but then we also see a conversation which is very interesting between Kevin and Mary. So Kevin, Mary asks if he's heard any or if he has any suspects, and he's like, well, I'll just tell you what I've heard. I've heard a lot of people saying Colin, which is smart because then he's kind of taking the responsibility off of himself. And that's when we find out from Mary that Melissa B's name is out there. And then Kevin says, oh, it's 100% Melissa. Kevin, he can read people.
I was like, oh, he clocked that instantly. That was insane.
It's the confidence for me that really like made me respect him, because somebody did this on Australia this year. There were two traitors, and there was a girl who's like, oh, I'm sure it's this one, and I'm sure it's this one, and she was spot on, and she's the best faithful ever. There will never be anybody who's as good as she was.
I mean, they did. I think what's the girl from Real Housewives who was on the Traitors this season? Brandy. She was like that. She was like, Cody is a traitor. Rachel was like, Cody is a traitor. But then they were just like, but I don't want to go after him.
She even clocked 3.
Yeah, she clocked 3. And it was like, they're traitors, but I don't want to go after them. So she kind of like knew it, but deflected. So other people weren't picking up. Like Kevin is like, she's a traitor. And it's picking up force because other people like, yeah, I think she's a traitor. Did you see how her whole demeanor changed once the blindfold got on? Yeah, she's this. Oh, she was doing this. She's talking a lot. She was doing so much that he made people believe like, yep, that's our layup right there. If we ever want to just go get her, we can all go get her. Now, I don't know if that's going to keep up to next week, but it sure was happening this time. So,
yeah.
And this is a point of the episode that we get our dream alliance. Well, at least a dream alliance for me. And that's Erica, Kevin, and Kuzi start talking, and they all agree they're going to watch out for each other. And I'm like, yes, just bring in Fierce and we'll be good. We'll be good.
Please.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm excited for that. I hope it works out. I guess we'll see very soon. But then we get straight into the challenge. Anybody want to talk about the challenge?
Esme, I feel like you haven't said much today. So you talk about the challenge.
Okay. So the challenge is they arrive at this quarry, and they have to get these untangle these wires from basically rubble and cave in, like rock piles, line them up in chutes as a different group runs up to the top of this mountain, brings back other pieces to fill it, and another group of 4 after that runs up and gets the detonator. The 8 people that go up cannot help undig, and the 8 people the other people that stay cannot go up the mountain to help.
Right. That sounds about right to me.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting challenge. I mean, I haven't seen the Traitors, so I don't know what to expect for their challenges. I just compare them to Big Brother, and most of them will be better than Big Brother. You don't have to do much to, as coming from the sewers of a reality television fandom, you don't have to impress me much with challenges. I'm like, ooh, It's outside.
Rocks.
Rocks,
Water.
explosions.
Boom, boom.
Love it.
So you all will see anytime you watch me talking about the traders, I'm just not that big into the challenges. And it's not the challenges themselves. It's just that there's really not any stakes. Like there's no battle between anybody. They're all working as a team to gain money for the prize. But guess what? At the end, they're just going to have a final challenge where they're going to get to earn all the money they didn't make anyways. So it's like, it's kind of pointless.
Julia.
There's occasionally some good drama that comes from it, but not very often.
Mhm.
And then people just overanalyze everything everybody does in the challenges and tries to make excuses that somebody could be a traitor for. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, I think that's the part that they like, and I think that's the fun part for me is seeing people just go crazy over the smallest thing. It's like, she act like she missed that cable over there, and it was sitting so obviously right there, and she missed it, and now we like if they would have lost, the paranoia, and everybody was. Trayvon fell out and he decided to choose to run when he had asthma.
Must
And
be a
so,
traitor.
Must be a traitor. Like
thing is,
it's
The thing is,
so
it's not in the trader's interest to throw these
It's
challenges.
not the
no,
mole.
it's not.
It's not like the mole where it's like, oh, I need to throw these, so let me do this. Now, that
Right.
would be interesting. But
That's what I'm like, I don't understand why people think because somebody might do bad in a challenge they must be a traitor because there's no reason. The trader wants that money too. So if I'm a trader, I'm still gonna do everything I can to get that to build up the pot.
now,
He
man,
collapsed from asthma. Let
But
this
why
man
did he
breathe.
run? Why did he
Literally.
I mean, I don't know if he thought that was going to be
Mhm.
that far. Like he was like, I can run. Like people with asthma can run and they
Yeah.
can run for a minute, but I don't think he thought it was gonna be up a hill, up the mountain, and back down again, carrying a heavy box. Like he ain't in the best of shape.
Maureen did say it was a kilometer. So
But that was after they picked sides.
yeah.
well, okay.
So if that
Also-
if he probably was like, oh, I just gotta run and grab a couple of rocks and move. Like I ain't think I wouldn't have thought I had to run up the hill to the mountain.
No,
Mhm.
because I think it's Gerline says she didn't know that they like walk over and then it's like turn around, you're warning up there. And she goes, I wouldn't have done it if I knew how far it was.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And there was I wanted to point this out. I'm not positive, but somebody was talking about when Trayvon collapsed and they were using they, them pronouns for Trayvon. So I'm not sure if that's their pronouns, but until I'm proven otherwise, I'm probably going to say they, them for Trayvon.
Sure.
No judgment if other people don't.
Let them breathe.
Let them breathe. Okay. So after the challenge, they test out the little blow up thing and it blows up.
Works.
They got $20,000.
Just check their Instagram. Their Instagram says he, him in the bio.
Okay. Well, then
Cool.
somebody misgendered Trayvon by calling him a they.
No,
Or
they probably were just
or that
saying they
person
were
was
just
just-
probably just
I know.
generalizing.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But I just wanted to check so I wasn't disrespectful. But
I call a lot of
like-
people they when they.
yeah, I was
Fair.
that with
I would rather call them a they before I say he, her because people get so offended these days. So
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Okay, so then we get the car ride back. And this is always fun. I do like I skip the challenge sometimes or forward through them, like maybe 2x. But I do like the car rides back. Because then you get to hear everybody give out their suspicions. They think they're in a safe little group. They think they can call out whoever, but usually they're calling out a traitor in front of a traitor. And that's exactly what we get here. Kevin says that Melissa B is at the top of his list while Mike is in the car. The good thing is Mike doesn't know. He has no idea if Melissa is a traitor. But I just thought that was interesting because that can come back to bite you. I think I would be especially quiet about suspicions before the traitors meet each other.
yeah.
You know, I'm trying to
That
think
first card, I'm just be like, Oh my God, did you guys are you so excited to walk the grounds of the manor? Ooh, manor.
Manor.
I'm not talking about shit, and they're just gonna get annoyed with me and push me out the car. Sure.
We get back to the mansion, and that's where we find out that Colin doesn't trust Kevin, and he's concerned about him being a poker player. And I'm like, everybody keeps mentioning him being a poker player. Is nobody concerned about him winning Big Brother?
I think he's probably more well known for being a poker player, if I'm being honest. Like, they probably
Really?
know he won Big Brother, but he's like, all he does on his social media is talk about poker and his breakup, but mostly poker. And so I don't know, like, maybe he is more well known with Canadian audiences for being a poker
It's possible.
player. I don't know.
Yeah, you could be right. Although I know he does play a lot of poker games in the US, so I'm really not sure. But we see a group gather. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
We see a big group gather, and it just keeps getting bigger, and the whole group is talking about Kevin and conversations they had with Kevin. And I'm like, no, please, not this, because I love Kevin. But it seems like he has told multiple people that he feels a genuine connection with them and he wants to work with them. And this I'm going to tell a personal moment here, but this actually made me question things too, because I've met Kevin Robert Martin, and I will be honest, like, if you ask me to name like the nicest reality TV people I've met, and I've met over 400 for sure, I would put him way up near the top of the list. He was so nice in person. He was like accommodating. I was in Vegas and he was like introducing me to people. He was like, who do you want to meet? Who do you want to meet? And he would bring me to them. I'm like, you're such a good guy. He's so nice. And now I'm like, is this just how you are with everybody? You just have this like,
it seems like
but I think it's genuine. He had nothing to gain out of doing that with me. I think he just genuinely likes making connections with people, and that's why he did so well at Big Brother. What's that?
And is a charismatic person and can in outside of this, that's not a bad thing. In the sense of this game, it can't all of a sudden this really good thing about you outside of this game of how you're able to make connections, you're a good people person, can become a bad thing in this game where it's you are way too good of a people person. You could be tricking everybody. Oh, you must be gaming already. When it can just be who you are.
He's a poker player after all. Remember, everyone.
Wait, is he a poker player or a pool player?
A really good one at that. He does like really well.
Okay.
The Big Brother Canada winner to poker player pipeline is very interesting. If I had a nickel for every time it's happened, I would have 2 nickels, which is still more than I would have had before.
And there's a lot of poker player winners from Survivor, but a lot of them got into poker after winning Survivor. So I think it's just something about being competitive.
Probably.
But we move on to a conversation we have with Kevin and Kuzi. This is where Kevin is like, I think Melby is a traitor. And Kuzi's like, I clock that too. And I don't know if she would be saying that if she really knew that she was a traitor. So that was the point where I was like, oh, wait. Oh, yeah. They don't know each other are traitors yet. And then we have Rick come down, and Rick is the snitch. And thank you, Rick. I'm so happy you snitched on those people and let Kevin know that they're talking about him. So yes, Rick immediately is like, hey, everybody's up there talking and saying that you're having all these conversations with them. And I thought we had a genuine thing. Kevin's like, well, we do have a genuine thing. Who said this? And Rick's like, well, it's a bunch of people up there talking. There's Mary up there. So at least Mary's thrown under the bus here with Kevin. But thoughts of this and how he handled that moment?
He said something earlier in the episode that he would have a really, really hard time being a traitor. And I can see his moral compass kind of biting him later down the line. And this might already be kind of showing up like he wants to be so truthful to somebody. And like, is it that actually that helpful in the sense of the game right now to do this?
I mean, I think it's fine for him to do this when you're trying to do it with somebody who you want to work with. Like he wants to work with Kevin, and so he's like, "Look, to show you that I genuinely want to work with you, I'm letting you know that your name is being said, and this is who's saying it, and just so you could maybe do some damage control with that person, or." It was fine. I think Rick is just trying to establish people who he can really, really trust and work with. And if you have somebody like Kevin, who you've seen in action, you're like, yeah, I would rather be on his good side with him than against him. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it was fine for Rick. And then he did it in front of Kuzi and Kevin. So it's kind of like okay, we can actually trust Rick to bring us information. They bring him in, they swoop him in, and it's like, okay. And Kuzi, of course, is getting all this information firsthand from people. And so she knows maybe we need to get rid of Mary so she can shut up about Kevin. Or maybe we can get rid of Kevin if he's making all these deals. And I just think I don't think that's a bad thing for Rick.
I don't think it was bad in this situation, but I can definitely see down the line him messing up in a way like that.
I think he's talking to more people.
If that main group finds out that Rick is spreading this information, Rick is doomed.
Yeah, because then they'll be like, "Oh, he's the traitor for sure." And all it takes is half of that group to get a couple of more people. That's the majority. He's out. Yeah. So yeah, that could be a problem.
So I think the last eventful thing that happens with the group as a whole before the traitors go off is we kind of talked about this a little bit. We see Donna start to get worried. She knows her name is out there and she's like, how do I deal with this? How do I save myself? I don't want to be the first one voted out.
And so she cries.
Anybody want to talk about her strategy here?
So she cries.
So she called the house meeting. And she goes, I literally wrote that in my notes. I was like, Donna calls a house meeting. And she's just like, I just want everyone to know that like I came here and I wanted to be strong for the faithful, and I really wanted to do well for the faithful, and that's why I'm here, and just that's it. I'm like, girl, it is day one. Donna, it is day one. And I have to say, I cannot wait to see Donna spiral.
Baby, those white woman tears. I was not moved at all. I was sitting here like,
I would have just been like, okay.
Literally, I would have been sitting there like, all right, girl. I mean,
okay, does anybody want cake?
I mean, those white woman tears are. She knew exactly when to turn them on and who to turn them on in front of, because as soon as she said it, did y'all see them white men in there? No, it's okay. Let me hug you, and you're like my grandma. You remind me of my mom. No, you're okay, baby. I was sitting there so unmoved and unbothered when she was crying. I was like, anyway, girl. Okay, girl.
It's day one.
It's day freaking one. You ain't even 24 hours into this game. You might not even be 12 hours into this game, and you are already. I hurt my name.
Nobody could still be in the house.
I hurt my name, and I really want to play this, girl.
And if you're gonna be this,
she would be the first person I vote out.
If you're gonna be like this stressed out about this game, why did you play it? Why did you sign up?
Day one, baby. If it was me and I was in that house, I'd be like, baby, I'm voting. I'm writing her name down. I don't care if nobody else is writing her name down. I'm writing her name down.
I don't care if she's not a traitor. I
don't care if she's not a traitor. I don't want her here anymore. I'm writing her name down tonight because, baby. And then I'll come up with a reason. Before we get to the round table, I'll figure out a reason why I'm voting her out. But I'm voting her out today.
Or I just walk up to the traitor, or like I'll break into the traitors meeting and go, kill her, please.
Like I don't look, y'all can all turn your backs and put your cloaks on and turn. I don't want to know who you are. just kill Donna.
I'll go
please.
next. Just
Oh
get rid of
my
Donna.
God.
Recruit me so I can kill her myself.
Okay,
Exactly.
And then I'll go back and I'll leave. I just want to kill her. Baby.
Is there a rent-to-own cloak system? Like, I
Right.
just need to get rid of her.
I'll slip a note under the trader's door, like, please kill Donna.
Can I
Thank
pass
you.
one of those notes with the
the
stamp,
stamp
over
on
to
it?
Kareem?
During breakfast, I write.
Can-
During breakfast, I write on their plate in ketchup, kill Donna.
Oh my God. It's just so, I was so annoyed. Just the second she started crying, I was like, are you serious? Are you serious?
I
You're-
still hope she stays around just for a little bit. She's not hurting anybody yet.
She's a psychic. She should
She's
know.
hurting my enjoyment of the show.
Yes.
That's what she's hurting.
Oh no.
It was a little harsh.
But then we move on. It's time for everybody to go to bed.
Go to sleep. Go to
Yes,
sleep.
it's like everybody close your eyes. It's time for the werewolves to wake up. No. But so
Right.
then we get to the oaths. We see each of the traitors one by one meeting with Kareen and giving their oaths to kill people. It's pretty sick if you think
Giving
about
your
it.
Lie, cheat, and murder.
And murder.
No. Has anybody
No.
said no to this?
Could you
Somebody has,
imagine?
somebody has turned down being recruited before,
Oh,
which is not smart.
no.
Yep. And that, like I said, those UK people, they're like, oh, I'm so self-righteous. I've got to be a faithful.
So
I
what would
never-"
happen if somebody denied at the start? Like, well, if they were like set to be a starting traitor?
Oh, I don't think that they would pick somebody because they have those conversations with everybody. They know who wants to be a traitor. They're going to pick people that are committed to the cause, I think.
Well, and then they all have a confessional beforehand, so I feel like it would just be like maybe there's two of them. If someone really just decided in the moment they didn't want to do it, they would just recruit someone earlier and there'd be two traitors. I don't know. Like I don't know
Probably.
what the logistics of that would be.
Yep.
But
But after the oaths, we
Or it's like on the
see
first night they recruit instead of killing or something. Like,
it's possible. After the oaths, we see the traitors one by one go up to the traitor tower. The first one in is Mike. So he's waiting for somebody to arrive. He has his cloak down, and in walks Queen Kuzi. Yep.
yes.
So she was expecting it to be Mel and Kevin. She's like, it's 100% Mel B and Kevin in there. And then she gets in there, and then Mike is very surprised to see Kuzi. And Kuzi thinks no one will suspect Mike. So they were not on each other's radars to be traitors. And then we get our third traitor. Mel B comes in and she reveals herself, and immediately Kuzi and Mel are like, I knew it. I knew it. They called each other out, but neither of them suspected Mike.
But both Mike and Kuzi expected Melissa.
Correct. Yes. So that's where kind of what we were talking about earlier. Hopefully Lana can come back and talk about this. So Logan, you thought everybody would clock Mike, but it seems like among the three traitors, he was the least clocked among them for being a traitor. So that could work in his favor. I guess we shall see.
But now Mike and Kuzi are in an interesting position because the person that's the most affected as a traitor is a traitor, and how do they navigate trying to get heat off of Melissa B's back, or do they just let her, or do they just let her go and they recruit somebody else?
Yeah. And they don't have to recruit anybody right away if they let her go, but I think that would be interesting to see if the traitors actually turned on one of their own at the very first banishment, because we haven't seen that. We've seen it happen pretty early on, but never the first one.
I mean, I don't know if it would be the first one. I definitely don't think it'd be the first one. But I do feel like if Kuzi and Mike, if they get wind, which they probably could get wind that Melissa might be the name, sometimes you just got to, if the train is rolling on the track,
just bite the bullet, vote her out.
You just gotta let her go. and
we
do
can
what I
take somebody
do.
else under our
mean-
wing. It's early enough that we don't even
Mhm.
really lose too much. Like,
I mean, and I don't know if they do that right away. I think they might have 2 traitors for a while until they do recruit somebody else.
I don't know.
I don't know because we never had anybody leave very, very early. So, but I don't know if I think they can maybe deflect Melissa for a minute, but I do think out of all of them, she would be the first one to get
Mhm.
called out.
Mhm. I think it's a dangerous position for somebody like Kuzi, who is already vocally had some suspicion against Melissa. So
Mhm.
now, if she backtracks on that, that could make Kuzi look suspicious, especially if eventually Melissa is banished.
Or if they
And
still vote Melissa and Kuzi was kind of pitching, and it's
right,
revealed that Melissa was a
I mean,
traitor, then
I
it's
feel like she can get around that too because I don't think it will ever be a unanimous like, oh, everybody's gonna vote Melissa. It's always gonna be a few people that vote somebody else. All Koo's got to do is hear the other name and
Yeah.
put their vote on that other person. And like, I just thought it was this person. They convinced me more than Melissa. I'm just not fully convinced, even though I thought I'm just not 100%. And until I'm 100%, I didn't want to put my vote on her. But I was 100% that I thought it was this person. So you can get around it, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mhm.
And Kuzi's smart. Kuzi
Yeah,
ain't
She
gonna.
is. If anybody can do it,
Kuzi can do it.
so then they start talking about who are we going to murder tonight, and I just want to see reactions as I, in order, name the people that Mike suggests. So
Uh-huh.
please give me your reactions in the moment. So Mike first suggested Fierce.
not
Ugh.
fierce, not fierce.
Then he suggested
Sabotage.
Erica.
No.
Absolutely not.
And then he suggested Kevin Robert Martin.
No.
I
Look,
mean, all
I
choices
don't
make
like these
sense.
choices, but it makes sense as a traitor to want to take somebody out who.
Not when Kuzi's sitting right there.
But you can't pick out Kuzi. He can't take out Kuzi's. Kuzi's sitting right there in
I
his
know,
face.
but Kuzi had to have alarms. There are alarm bells. I also want to bring up as well the fourth person that's mentioned in that group of potential people that I'm going to assume one of the 4 of them is going to they chose is Mai, which means they're going after a reality person.
But
period.
my was shut down pretty quickly, so I don't know if it'll be my.
I don't know that she was shut down.
I don't think she was either because I think she was shown at the end. I think Mai was shown. I don't think Fierce was shown.
I don't think it's
Fierce was shown
any
at
of those.
Panning was shown at the beginning.
I don't
And-
think it's any of those. I don't think it's Kevin.
Really?
I don't think it's Erica. I don't think it's Mai, and I don't think it's Fierce. It is going to be somebody who we are not going to think, and it's going to be somebody who can be very like we have not seen a lot of in this episode. They're going to be very no blood on their hands, like, oh, we didn't know much about them anyway. Or it's gonna be somebody like a Mary or yeah.
I don't think so. And I think the reason why is because Kuzi was saying with this first choice, we are starting off with a bang and we are making it very clear the way that we are playing this game.
So
Mhm.
I'm assuming it's going to be it's either going to be Erica, Kevin, Fierce, or mine that's going to show us.
I think it's going to be Kevin or Fierce.
I don't think it's that obvious.
I don't think it's ever happened where somebody's murdered that's not mentioned.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
I want you to be right, Lana. I really because I
want you
do
to be
not
right
want
so
any of those
much,
people to
but
be
like,
murdered.
If that is the case, then I think it's probably gonna be Kevin. Only because if Kuzi was shocked Kevin was making all of these different alliances, Mike was like, he said that to me. And Kuzi knows that Kevin suspects Melissa. And I think it probably could be Kevin.
it can't be Fierce. We saw Fierce in the intro of the episode. We saw Fierce out of drag at the round table.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was the only moment where we saw Fierce out of drag. Oh, I'm so happy I remembered that. because I was like, oh my God, Fierce is out of drag. Because I was wondering.
Mhm.
Because we didn't talk about it either. The fact that Fierce did the whole damn first challenge in drag
What?
in this sports bra biker short combo with the wig and the hat. She is providing the entertainment that I knew she would, and I loved it. But yeah, I did just remember that we see her out of drag because I was like, oh, that's a Fierce out of drag look. Fierce work. Okay. Okay, so that makes me so much better.
I think
I
we
feel
also
so much
saw
better.
scenes of Mai in the intro that we didn't see
And
yet.
you know who I don't think we saw much of? Kevin Robert Martin.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be Kevin.
I know, that's so boring. And Mike was like, I'm not afraid of a big player. Then why are you killing him? Why are you killing him if you're not afraid?
But
It sounds like you're afraid.
No, I mean, you're not afraid of a
To
big
beat the
player.
best, you
You're
just
not
beat
afraid
them,
to get
never.
he's not afraid to get him out this game. He don't want it because a lot of people, if we think about the Traitors US version, a lot of people were scared to take out people because of their name. I don't want to take out this big name. I don't want to take out
I don't
this
want to take out
person.
Rachel Riley.
I'm sorry,
Right.
that's stupid. Just take out the big
Take out the big threat. Like I would have gone after those people who I know played these strategic games and won. And it's smart to go after Kevin first. It's super smart because the longer he's around, the sooner he can snuff you out.
I actually think
David?
it's okay.
Why?
I think the move is to always murder the people that are safe from banishment. Kevin is gonna be on the radar. He's already on
Well, no, I wouldn't
most
kill
of their
Kevin
radar.
now, but I would still kill somebody. I would maybe take out Erica here.
Yeah, Erica is somebody that's not going to be mentioned to banish.
Like, still
Yeah.
a big name, still gives you that, like, I would still take out Kevin eventually, but, like, or if he gets voted out because, there's a chance that he falls
But
on
see,
this.
this is the thing. How long do you wait to see if Kevin's going to get banished? How long do you wait? Do you wait until the house has decided we go against Kevin? All these new players, they ain't gonna want to vote Kevin. I'm not waiting for long because the longer Kevin is in there, the more he can sniff people out. So I'm like, if I'm gonna make the bam first shot fired, that's gonna make an impact. Kevin will be the impact move. I'm sorry, Kevin is the impact move.
If I'm a traitor, Kevin's safe, Donna is safe, Colin is safe. They were all named. They're all safe. It's a name that's going to be mentioned in banishment that's not mine. Mel B is the only one who has a right to be going for Kevin, I think.
I see both sides of it for sure.
I would do Erica this round, and then if Kevin isn't voted out the next round, I would just kill Kevin the next round. I think that's where my head is at because he could still get his name is still out there, and for the first round, I would still want to kill something that's a big name, but wasn't something that was in the rotation of being a traitor because then it's like that's somebody that could be taking the light off of me.
We could never be traitors together, is what I've learned from this 1 1-hour podcast.
I think me and David could.
We could.
Be
traitors. Lana and I could.
Yeah.
Be traitors? Oh, yeah.
Well, I think together. I think if all 4 of us were traitors together, it'd be a mess. It would be
maybe
a mess.
I'm a faithful. I'm always a faithful.
I'm totally faithful.
I want to Traitors game as a faithful, so I'm a faithful.
Yeah.
Well, that was an episode. Any other thoughts on it before we move on to our next thing?
Let's get into this draft because I think I'm excited about it.
Let's get this draft. Let's get this draft to cook in.
Okay, Logan, you want to take over here?
Yes, I tried to ask these lovely, wonderful people that I podcast with their favorite colors.
I
so
told
I can have
you
this
mine.
prepared. Well, obviously, I'm not mad at you, Lana. I'm mad at David and Esme.
When did you ask that?
In the
literally 2 messages before you messaged.
I am hosting.
Okay,
I wasn't checking the chat at all, so
I know.
Blue.
Okay.
Well, I know that Lana has purple.
That is correct.
I will go. And blue's I don't know. What color do you have, Logan?
I'm picking whatever. You pick whatever you want.
I will go. Let's go with the contrast Lana. Let's go with a lime green to contrast Lana.
Great. And I'm gonna pick orange to contrast David.
Yeah.
So
color theory. I don't know.
Yes, come on, color theory. Period. I love me some color theory.
Color theory.
Yes.
Welcome to the stage, color theory.
No, stop that right now.
No, I'm not gonna stop.
Well, We're back with our good friend, random.org.
Mm.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Names. Hopefully on your screen currently.
My enemy.
I can't see if they're on screen, so please tell me if they're on.
You're on
It
screen.
is.
Yay. Okay, are we ready?
Red day.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Okay.
the last.
Okay.
I think I said last every time we've done one of these.
Well, Julia. Well, Kareen. I have to change it now. Well, Kareen.
No, because I was last in the Survivor one. I was last in the last Drag Race one we did.
So,
Sick.
it is literally the order we're in. That's literally the order we entered in. That's very funny. All right, David.
Okay, I get the first pick,
Do.
and I'm torn between two people.
Do the right thing, David.
Do the right thing, David.
Do the right thing. Okay, I'm going to be very nice, wifey, and I'm not going to pick who I wanted to pick. I'm going to go with my first pick, and I got to go with a traitor. I'm going with Mike.
Okay. All right, then. Lana.
Thank you, David.
You're
Because if
welcome.
you would have took the queen, I would have
was so tempted to.
screamed. I would have screamed if you took Queen Koozie from me. Oh, I would have screamed.
So you're taking Koozie.
I am definitely taking Queen Koozie.
Okay, thank God, because I'm taking Fierce.
Okay. I'm gonna
We're doing a snake draft, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Esme gets 2 picks.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Who's my first pick? I want to pick a traitor, but I don't want to pick Melissa B.
Well, you only have one option.
I know. I'm gonna go with Mai and Crystal.
Okay. I liked her from the start of the episode. I am going to pick Melissa A. Not the traitor Melissa.
I'm going to go with Leroy.
I just realized I know who I'm getting stuck with. The last pick that nobody's going to pick, but that's okay. Right now, I am going to pick Erica. And I will go with... I'm going to go with Rick.
You're not going to get stuck with anyone, David.
Oh, really?
We're doing 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Esme will get stuck with someone.
Yeah.
Yes. Sabotage.
No,
Going
I
last.
have Fierce.
Going last and getting stuck with people.
Yes. Lana.
I'm gonna pick Gerline.
Okay.
Girling.
Gerline. I thought the same thing.
Gerline. Me too.
I am going to pick. We didn't talk about her really at all this episode, but I'm going to go with Dr. Nazila.
She was the next one I wanted.
Well, sucks for you.
I looked at her. I was like,
all right. These are your last 2 picks, Esme.
I'm gonna go with Mary.
Mary.
And I'm gonna go with.
There's a whole row that nobody's picked.
I know.
I think I'm gonna pick somebody. I want to pronounce it right, but Grippiar.
Grippiar.
Yeah.
and somebody picked from that row already.
She just did.
No, 2 people.
Kevin Dom.
It was that column.
Oh, you're going column.
Who the fuck is Dom?
Dom.
You don't know him from Game of Homes?
Oh.
No.
You didn't see him this episode?
No.
He existed.
Who the fuck is Dom?
Not the dog jump scare.
Ooh, jump scare. I'm gonna take Mickey.
Dang it, that's what I was about to go for.
I know, that's why I picked him.
Taking my eye candy.
I was just about to pick
Yes.
him.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Well, then I'm going to pick Dom then.
Dang it.
All right.
Well, among the 5 we have left,
Do you need
Four
to know
of-
who's left?
no, I see who's left. So we have Kevin, Mel B, Colin, Trayvon, and Donna. And 4 of those have been named as potential traitors.
And one of them collapsed during the challenge because of
Yes.
asthma.
Well, grab your inhaler. You're on my team, Trayvon. Run on over. And then I have to pick somebody who's already been. Go big or go home. Kevin, come to my team. You're probably
Wow.
but I'm taking you.
Okay.
I was about to say I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm picking Mel B. I'm a picker.
God,
I
if
wish you
I'm
probably-
gonna get stuck with this woman.
No, you're
That's
not.
exact-
I'm taking Donna.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take Donna. I don't know. I don't know.
Thank you. I don't want her.
I know.
Thank you.
Okay, so
And when Donna wins the season as the only faithful, then what?
Well, that's impossible.
then I'll be very excited because I would win. So
Watch her get recruited at the end and then
I would
vote
love
out the other
that.
traitors.
So, and to be fair, if the faithful do win, then multiple people could potentially win the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And if multiple traitors win, there could be multiple people that win the draft.
Mm-hmm.
But if
We're just
there's-
doing it based on eliminations. There's no point system with this. It's just
I think it should be points. Like if there's 3 traitors that win and Lana has 1 and I have 2, I'll win.
Well,
I have
yeah, I
more
think you have
traders.
more. I think
If you have more traders, don't you?
Or more.
Even though,
if at the end there's like 5 winners.
even though that's not going to happen because I'm the only one that has 2 traders.
True.
So if nobody snuffs out Melissa or Kuzi, I win.
One's
obviously, we
already
could
been
get
sniffed out.
But they could deflect.
so in reflection and to review,
Mhm.
Team David is Erica, Kevin, Rick, Trayvon, and Mike.
Mhm.
Ooh, a lot of men.
Team Lana, yeah, a lot of men and Erica. Team Lana, we have
Wait,
Kuzi.
David doesn't have Trayvon.
I do.
Yes.
I thought Esme had Trayvon.
No.
Oh, you know, you
because
got Colin. He ended up with Colin. Never mind,
Because
go
I'm
ahead.
keeping very good track of what's happening because, yes, for that exact reason. Team Lana is Kuzi, Gerline, Leroy, Dom, who exists apparently, and Melby. Team Esme is Mai, Gurpiar, Mary, Colin, and Crystal. And Team Logan is Fierce, Mickey, Dr. Nazila, Melissa A, and Donna. I really said women and Mickey.
I was going with the women, and then there was no more women.
Well, women, Fierce, and Mickey. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Oh,
huh?
I forgot someone else is doing the outro because David doesn't know it.
Well, that's it. So thank you for watching. We appreciate you joining us. Hit the subscribe buttons, hit the notification, do all the things. If you hit the dislike button, make sure you hit it twice. Follow us on at The Cup Pod and all of our socials on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And
Maybe more soon.
Maybe more soon. And if you just want to follow us on Twitter, you see us down there scrolling. Follow us down there. Follow us, and follow us because we talk about cool stuff. Get your cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. The link is in the description below. And that's it. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
There's a traitor among us.
Cheers.
Sabotage.
Saboteur.
Saboteur?
Saboteur.